Guevara's return, that 4 weeks is probably the most we can probably expect out of it.
Right.
After hearing about this from you, I definitely think this is more on the promotion and the booker for coming up with this angle in the first place.
I agree.
But this is the early 2000s. At this point, we knew it was okay to say no to being racist.
Yep.
And so, one other thing is I've heard all week about Excalibur. I haven't heard shit about Kevin Owens until we got together to do this show tonight.
Well,
Why is Kevin Owens getting a pass all of a sudden? Because he's cool and a WWE guy?
I will say, though, Kevin Owens has been on the wrong side of Vince McMahon plenty of times when it comes to Saudi Arabia, when it comes to COVID, when it came to staying home for his family, and other issues. This could be the thing for Vince McMahon to just let him go. At the same time, this is at a time where Impact and AEW are picking up wrestlers left and right.
Yes, they are.
And Kevin Owens makes a big impact, excuse the pun, either of those promotions, if not more.
Dude, I think Kevin Owens has to go back to Ring of Honor, honestly.
That would be Steen. Awesome. That would help Ring of Honor a lot to have an original like Steen. So for those of you out there, go ahead and look it up yourself. We're not gonna post it on our Facebook page because we don't want to support the racial slurs being out there, because there's always those dumbasses who are like, hell yeah, woo-hoo, speak the truth, brother.
Especially in the wrestling circles.
So we're not gonna post it on our Facebook page, but it's easy to go find, very easy to go find. It is hard to listen to, but at the same time, like I said, to me, it seems like they're just playing a role. Doesn't excuse it. Again, does not excuse it.
No.
And to be honest, I'd like to hear from both of the wrestlers in the ring how they felt about it. And we haven't, at least as of this recording, I haven't heard anything about them.
I'll reach out to their people and try to get them on the podcast next week.
You do that, Pasty.
Okay.
But it's... To be honest,
talk about Sasha Banks and things we want to do to her.
It's definitely not good for Excalibur or Kevin Owens. In my opinion, it looks very ugly.
Yeah, it does. It does. And like I said, it bothers me that I'm hearing about Excalibur and not Kevin Owens, and
right.
That's just a whole nother layer of shit. But yeah, the shit onion gets a little deeper as we dive into this week's injury report.
Yes, thankfully, Pasty, not a lot on the injury report. We love when we have not much. We love it even better when we have nothing. But I have some positive news for you. It appears Drew Gulak is ready to run the ropes once more after being sent to the squared circle sidelines due to internal injury after Shorty G, I still can't get used to calling him that, tossed him over the ropes during his fatal four-way match weeks back on SmackDown. But old Coach Drew has luckily recuperated and should be back on TV fairly soon.
Woohoo! I love some goo-goo. English pro wrestling veteran Mark Rollerball Rocco passed away at age 69. Rollerball was a featured competitor in companies like Joint Promotions, All-Star Wrestling, and even New Japan Pro Wrestling as the original Black Tiger. His family has been involved with the business for generations, as his father was British pro wrestler Jim Hussey, and his son is boxer Jono Rocco Hussey. Rocco is a regular on ITV's World of Sport, a British television program that ran from 1965 through 1985. There he feuded with some of the best light heavyweights to emerge from the UK, including Dynamite Kid.
Yeah, I don't know much about Mark Rocco at all, to be honest, but being the original Black Tiger and having feuds with Dynamite Kid and being a part of ITV's World of Sport, which was the European wrestling show out there, he has my respect, even me just learning about him just now. So rest in peace. We hope the best. We say it all the time, but we hope the best for his family and his friends, but we're thankful for for what he committed to the business.
Yes. Well, Fat Mac, That brings us to the end of the show. No more news this week.
Time to get done with the get down.
Get done with the get down so we can get down to some get mo.
Yes'm.
And folks, for the last half of the podcast, you've been listening to Carnage the Executioner. One of the I like to call him the founding fathers of hip hop in Minnesota. He's been a big part of the community for as long as I have been into it, and that is over half of my life at this point. So it's pretty awesome that he's finally playing a Galactic Get Down. It's a shame that we're not all there live, but wonderful, wonderful stuff. You can rewatch these videos, rewatch the whole festival anytime you want to. Once again, at youtube.com/C/Vicarious Visions MN. MN for Minnesota, folks. Once again, going till midnight tonight, starting up at 3 p.m. tomorrow, going till midnight. It's a full-fledged festival with live painting, fire spinners, merchants, and you can come hang out with us in the Zoom chat. After we get off this podcast, Fat Mac's going to take his ass to bed, and Pasty's going to go over and party with the people. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So with that, we'll see you next week. It may be a day early, or we may be a week off. We'll find out, and you'll know when it happens, I guess.
Of course.
Yes. All right,
with that
guys.
being said, thank you very much. We appreciate your Galactic get-together with us this week. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Come on over. String Dingers is starting now. Iron Star right after, and a few more bands to go after that. Let's get down.
Did you get down?